pop-up show.
It's a pop-up show.
It's the pop-up show.
Pop, pop, pop.
It's the pop-up show.
Pop, pop, pop show.
It's the pop-up show.
Something's happening, something going on.
TTNL back live to get it on.
$7 a month, don't need a coupon.
We worldwide, the flag's waving strong.
Surprising your patient with breaking news.
Bring a whole lot of truth, no pay-per-views.
Could be called Shane or DDB.
Just another branch on this family tree.
The tape never lies like a boy JC.
No narratives allow how we rock the beat.
Breaking news on time, now we ain't no bullets.
Jealous networks make us out to be villains.
Unbreakable truths like a man Bruce Willis.
We stand tall in the city like the Willis.
Tower, over the competition we devour.
Rinse every time like the slide on Bears Hour.
Others fall asleep when the apple is bitten. We're taking out the frauds who here to Great Britain. You can't run that eye, brother, who are you shin? Patrons of the truth, this network spin.
Old man reporting live from the dungeons. We keep it real, tears from chopping onions. Bears Nation on the rise, be on the coverage. Hot off the press, hot fresh out the oven. It's the pop-up show.
Pop, pop.
It's the pop-up show.
Pop, pop, pop.
It's the pop-up show.
The pop-up.
It's the pop-up show.
Pop.
It's the pop-up show.
Pop, pop.
It's the pop-up show.
What?
It's the pop-up show.
Pop, pop, pop.
It's the pop-up show.
TTNL.
Not Braxton Jones. Hell.
No.
Oh, no. Our layout is screwed up.
What is this?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's supposed to be for the quad, but our other guest is not here yet. So
Is there a background there
yeah, there is.
with names?
No, it's just open. Yeah, Chat GPT is a little bit funky, as we know. So
Well, it's a
there's our
pop-up
guy.
show.
There's our guy. So we can do this, and then hold on. We can do this and do this.
Oh, and
There
that's
we
what it was.
Big Steve.
Yo, what's up?
You were
man?
getting your Braxton Jones jersey out of
Fuck, man.
mothballs,
Are
right?
you fucking kidding me, man? God, it's something. I just knew it. I knew it.
Well, I read it wrong, so this is not that I'm defending the move, but I will say this much. At least originally they came out and said 10 million. And it's not, it's 5 million with incentives to go to 10. So I mean at 5 million, that's swing tackle money. So I don't think that's going to prevent us from, if they do something legit with a free agent, if Decker's money's not, unrealistic, or Trent Williams wants to come here, or, Caden Proctor falls to 25, we'll see what happens. I just don't think, with his money, Braxton Jones, I don't think we're prevented from doing anything overall.
All right. Well, that's good to know. It's hard to get a tell. You obviously like to see pieces getting added, but it's hard to tell what's going on now. Have y'all talked about the re-signing of
We just got on.
Just got on, yeah. Damn.
Just got on, bro.
Damn.
We're good,
Like
but
I've
not
been on
that
first
good.
second.
We
I'll
didn't
let you
talk
guys
anyway.
flow. I'll just jump in. What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, we can recap, what was going on. The Bears came out of the gate with Neville Gallimore. I know Phil and Ivan both were banging the table for him every fucking day. Actually, they weren't. None of us were. No, we didn't have that on the bingo card, but
No.
I think he's going to come in here as part of the rotation again. He's getting rotational type money. But then after that, we got the big signing that I don't think any of us had earmarked here in Chicago. Reed Blankenship was connected to the Bears in some sort of way, but Super Bowl champ safety Kobe Bryant, not the Black Mamba, obviously, but the safety from the Seattle Seahawks comes to Chicago to kind of anchor this secondary, Phil. And you can talk about maybe his potential fit with Kevin Byard, but having a safety that can cover a whole lot of ground.
Yeah, this guy has some speed and football acumen. a lot of the things you were hoping you'd get from Brisker coming out of Penn State. And he is a very good ball hawk with great speed and puts himself in positions to take away the football. When you have guys like that, they are so critical when you're such a blitz man heavy football team trying to get after the quarterback in different ways, because you don't, guess what, Ryan Poles, have a fucking pass rush. And the reality of that, you got to have these talented players in the back end. And this guy is a great signing, in my opinion. We're going to break down the tape. I know we've already cut 3 of them thanks to Sean Stewart. Got right on it, cutting this tape. So we'll be breaking down all the free agents that the Bears sign. And this guy is going to be a showcase of what it is you could do on the back end and how it's supposed to be handled when you have football acumen and you're put in the position, okay, there's one. Who's my number 1 to my side? Who's my number 2? How do I align myself so I'm able to do my best to cover both? This guy's on a good arch. His ceiling is very high, and he's already a very good football player. Thus, he got paid the big bucks. I'm hoping you get a re-signing of Byard, because now you've hit it out of the park on the back end. And you could see how they attacked free agency down the defensive middle. I was listening to all this other schlep boys out there today, and I don't know how in Chicago you survive with the football illiteracy that you deal with on your radio or on some of these shows. Skipping over DeMarco Jackson as a signing.
It's pretty easy, Phil. You just ignore the shit out of him. That's what you do. You just change the channel, change the dial, come to TTNL.
That was the most exciting one, DeMarco Jackson. I had been waiting for that one. And when that came up, I was like, here we go. That was early this morning. Was that early this morning that I saw that?
Yeah, that was the first signing.
Well, it was just a little
first.
A little bit. It was a little bit before, but yeah, the first official unrestricted guy was Gallimore.
Well, you obviously didn't watch a lot of Bears. You called yourself being a fair weather fan and watching the Bears down the stretch, and you didn't see a big part of why that defense was doing what they were able to do at times at the linebacker positions when DeMarco Jackson was in. The element of speed he brought to that position group that was, kind of missing in the instincts and just that heart. It was night and day. He had the better instincts. He played the best linebacker ball out of all those guys that you had on high price tags on.
I think
he was
just real quick, Phil.
Upgrade.
I think we're getting some feedback from Steve's. I don't know if it's from your mic. You guys hear that?
It's kind of like a woodpecker. It's like a woodpecker in my ear.
Does he have a fish?
You hear me now?
No, I can hear you. Try to bounce out and bounce back in, maybe, Steve.
Yeah, sounded like he had like a new fish aquarium and the bubbling is going on. He's got to bounce out of the whole stadium, right?
Yeah, I think so.
But just to double down, I know you've heard me say it, but there's some new people here. I felt like he was the best defensive football player on the Bears down the stretch. And when he came in the game, you could notice the difference. It was easily noticeable. Ivan could tell you as well, cutting tape, how fast he was able to recognize and flow to the football, read his keys, get to where, and he came with physicality and toughness. And, 2-time defensive and player of the week in the NFC on a football team. When we asked the fucking question, who on defense do you hang your hat on? And everyone's like, nobody, right? I don't know how those comments are up. How do you get those?
I don't know. I didn't add them. Somebody must have hit something.
No, you
Media acid or style. Okay. There you go.
We got
But when he comes on the fucking field and starts playing, not only is he the defensive player of the week twice, but you could just see the difference in him versus Tremaine Edmonds and anybody. It was that Philadelphia Eagles game when you're like going into that week and you're like, oh, fuck, you're down both your linebackers. And here comes DeMarco Jackson playing better than any linebacker we've had in a long, long time. And it's very easy to see it on tape. And now you got these talking heads in Chicago, Sylvie, I'll go to Yurko and this fucking guy Carmen. That show, I wanted to fucking jump off a cliff listening to these guys talk football and completely skip over how important DeMarco Jackson is. And I think the most ignorant fans just listen to this stuff and completely do the same shit. They follow the lead. And it's not even in the vicinity of truth. And I'll put my name to it. We've broken down this tape. Getting DeMarco Jackson back to me was priority number 1A with Byard going into the offseason. I thought you'd get Byard and him back. Now, those are the two best players on your defense right now, with Montez Sweat kind of holding up the fort on the front end, hopefully giving you another pass rush, playing as he started getting better as the season went on in Montez, and same with Booker. So felt like you get those two back, and they jump right out, get him back, which is key. And I think it's a huge get for the Chicago Bears. This football player who was drafted in New Orleans, played for Dennis Allen, and you could see he was a priority for Dennis coming over here, one of those guys you kind of overlook, and then you get this guy back. I mean, look what Shane put it best, and we haven't gotten to him, but I'll just say you guys did an outstanding job, you and Cars, covering this, because it was football understood, and it's not reporters who don't analyze football. That's what this is going on.
We're definitely not looking for engagement, and I think that's what 99% of other
a lot of these guys don't know. Like, I'm watching Greg's show, and they don't know anything about anything. They're lost. They have to go look it all up, study it, so they can report later, because that's what they are. And I felt like that's what's missing in Chicago radio. Sylvie doesn't know an ass from his fucking elbow. Just listening to this guy. It's like pathetic radio. It really is. Going up here in Connecticut, listening to the Fan, Francesa and Mad Dog, and these guys pull that same shit. It's just, you might as well have a PFF radio station so you can listen to the nerds talk about it, because that's what you're getting. Here, you're going to get the fucking facts. You want the facts? Have you improved? 100%. 100% you've improved your defense because you've gone faster. Devin Bush and Jackson are an improvement from the linebackers of Tremaine Edmonds and TJ Edwards. It's a fact.
Are we interested in this? Eddie Jackson set his new profile picture not too long ago in a Bears uniform, pointing at everybody. I don't know if he's
away from you.
Maybe he's passing the baton off to Kobe Bryant as the highest paid safety for the Bears. I don't know.
Oh,
or maybe
my God.
Maybe he's signing a 1-year deal.
TJ, is he even playing anymore?
Yeah, was he out the league?
Yeah, I don't. Oh, sorry, Phil. Yeah, I don't believe
What's going on here?
I don't know.
I'll tweak it. That just got me dizzy.
Shuffling the deck. I'm sorry. I had a lot to rant about today, Steve. I was getting so far because I'm just keeping it 100. I was listening to Cap this morning, and he was on with Hoodie, and that's good radio. They don't pretend. They keep it 100. They are fans, and they do a good job. The flow is good. You know, when Shay talks, everybody fucking leaves the room. But other than that, it's great.
I think Ryan Cox is right with Eddie Jackson. I think that's maybe more so what it points to, the old one-day contract to retire a Bear.
Then Carmen and Yurko come on, and it's like me walking into an all country bar. The record player just scratches and like, arr! I'm like, what? And then I got to hear Cars and Shane. We just jumped over there, and the proof is in the pudding, and just fired up today, Shane, because there's some good things going on with the Chicago Bears, and unfortunately, Ryan Poles continues to neglect the pass rusher.
I refuse to believe that there aren't 4-foot Italian cowboys out there in the country. That's what I refuse to believe.
Well, I'm not 4 foot, so I'm good on that. So, yeah, well, just in recognizing these shows, it's hard to listen to. It's hard to listen to. Like, is Tremaine Edmonds better than Devin Bush?
No.
Oh, no. Well, that's
Waddle's trying to call that a push. I go, this guy's had how many concussions?
No,
push.
Tremaine was playing well before the injury, but still at this point, the speed alone is, blinding, is a huge difference, Phil. And you talk about what the Bears did today, right up the middle of their defense, and that is absolutely critical.
Right. They went D tackle, 2 starting backers. Now, TJ Edwards, I don't think people realize he tore all those ligaments in his ankle when it dislocated. He also, I've been told, fractured a piece of the top of the front part of your bone. So his recovery is unknown. Then you add the Achilles with Sewell, and cutting Tremaine Edmonds was what you should do. And your linebacker core was a special teams guy. And who else? It's like your safety core. You had nobody. So to come away with Devin Bush, who's going to be your weak side linebacker and speed backer, covering, how many plays that I remember Tremaine Edmonds just in the Rams game alone where he's isolated, it's 3rd and 5, the receiver or tight end is running an out on you, and he's fucking lost. It's sad. Now you get a Devin Bush in here, you think that shit's gonna happen? No, he's gonna cover that guy. And
Bush
you're not
is
a
little bit
liability.
of prick. He's a prick.
Yeah,
he was the one that got dinged for going into the end zone, scoring a defensive touchdown, and doing the Marshawn Lynch, nut grab, turning around to the other players and grabbing his nuts while he jumped into the end zone, and as kind of a fuck you to everybody. But we've talked about that quite often. The Bears need a little bit more of that fuck you in some of the players, especially on defense.
If you don't think, I don't know if you remember those highlights when he played with Michigan, and I think they were going against Michigan State, and he went to the middle of the field and was just scraping there when his cleat was trying to scrape, the middle. Disrespect there. He wasn't going to get nothing accomplished, but he was basically just digging at the middle of the field, their logo. You think this guy's not going to get into these rivalries and put his heart into it? And then you look at his family, his father and what his background is, and down in Florida, he's going to come with it. I actually was roommates with one of his uncles at UCF, so
nice.
Yes, he has that pedigree and that speed, and he's kind of revived his career in Cleveland after not a great start, first round in Pittsburgh Steelers. So looking forward to him, man. I think he could bring something special to the table. I think an upgrade that I don't think people are going to be aware of.
And when you watch DeMarco Jackson and his ability to be instinctive and his speed and finish, it's easy to see what he was able to do. And it's the reason why I couldn't believe that they went back to Tremaine Edmonds when this kid was playing so well. He's going to be your green dot Mike Backer out there. I'll just put that right in there. It's a 2-year deal. It's not a boatload of money. And they did exactly what I said. They put smaller numbers in the front of their deal and push it out because you got no fucking people under contract later. So now you're only paying small prices this year to go against this cap. And that's why they can sign 12 more players if they wanted and do the same.
Oh, yeah.
It's ridiculous when they spend all this. Do they have any more? Yeah.
Right. The way that they're set up
and Taylor Decker tonight.
The way that they're set up right now for 2027, the Bears are a little over $110 million under the cap without it even expanding.
Exactly.
So you can easily if they went out and signed a Trey Hendrickson tonight, let's just say, or a Taylor Decker, you can easily push some of the money into 2027. And what is, easy to figure out if you look at the way that the Bears structured these contracts, all their year one cap hits are very, very low. So, Neville Gallimore, obviously with his 2-year deal, it's essentially a 1-year deal that the Bears can move on. But all of these guys are coming in with low numbers. So the Bears can, they're reserving the right to strike, when it happens.
I hope they strike.
Shane, let me ask you this. The way they're, obviously structure some of these contracts, is that what, obviously you play with who you got this year and the guys you got with those Dio, are they looking at some of these guys? They know they're going to get some of these guys off the books come next year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's so next year. I mean, just to throw some names out there, Grady Jarrett will be gone. They're going to have an out or they can move off a Dangbo. Like you said, Steve, TJ Edwards.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you about next because of the linebacker signings.
Right. So there's going to be those guys. You're going to lose some of the Bears don't have much dead cap, but you're going to be losing, some of that. I mean, even a smaller type deal, depending on what they do with Tyson Bagent. You're going to, Jalen Johnson doesn't have any guaranteed money left. So depending on what happens there, I know that the Bears were very interested in Alontae Taylor today until Tennessee just, opened up the coffers and gave him fucking 3 for $60 and guaranteed a bunch of it. Because I think that the Bears were definitely involved with Alontae Taylor. They've been sniffing around him for quite a long time, and DA had him there, obviously in New Orleans. But yeah, the money for the Bears, I don't give a fuck what Peter Bukowski from Locked On Packers says when he says the Bears are in cap hell. No,
dumbass.
You're just a moron and trying to get people fired up so you can get your engagement on X. So yeah, the Bears
do a voiceover drop for we just put them up on the screen and it just goes.
Financially, the Bears can do whatever they want to
do.
And Shane, it goes back to I remember I think I might have told you guys or on the Bear Down, Big Steve. I said I had that Zoom last year where former players got on with the Ravens front office. And they said it right there. Their cap guy with everybody in their front office is on this Zoom. Their cap guy was basically like, we can always create space. Right. I mean, just straight up told us that we're never in a situation we can't create space.
Because they can go to any player under deal and push some of whatever their contract is into bonus money and push out. That's why I laugh at all. Fuck the cap. It's always been that way. You just have to be smart about how you're paying them. We talked about it this afternoon when I was on. They have not done the right thing paying guys which they're projecting to be good, like Deo. You're projecting that instead of paying a guy like Trey Hendrickson, who's clearly done it, and nobody in the chat, no Bears fan in the world is going to be upset with the money that you pay Trey Hendrickson. In fact, the fact that you haven't done it makes you look like the biggest douche canoe this side of the Mississippi or wherever Swifty lives. The reality is you got to get a pass rusher in this on this football team. You just have to do it. Stop. It's not your money, fans. You telling me all the time, oh, that's a lot. I can give 2 fucks. You can get out of all these contracts and you can make space, but you can't get a great football player. Guess how much Khalil Mack got? 1 year, $18 million.
Fully
Why?
guaranteed. Yep.
Because he fucking gets to the quarterback. I was talking to Tony Donato. I'm good with Mack on a 1-year deal. Why? Because I know how fucking good he is. I'm not going to sign him for 3 years or anything like that, but he deserves that kind of money because he's that good. Now, paying someone like Jalen Phillips, Shane, what was his deal? Jalen,
three for 120.
3 years, $120 million. He's had 6 sacks
combined the past 2 years.
In 2 years, that's the shit that the Bears have done. Like, you can't do that. You can't do that. The kid away, he's actually shown that he can get to the quarterback, but he's $100 million guy, right?
So before Dio became a Bear, his previous 2 years, he had 11 sacks.
Right.
And I know that, obviously there's a lot more to it than that. And I would never say that Dio's a better player than Jalen Phillips is, but he cashed in, and Adofe Awe got $100 million.
Awe, $100 million. He's had double-digit sacks to his credit, but that's the price for pass rushers. That's why we talk about the Holy Trinity.
I said 3 for 120. It was 4 for 120. Yeah, so 30 a pop.
I'm sorry. I go out there. I don't have a problem with Cam Jordan in this 1 year, $16 million, because you need somebody that's going to help you get to the quarterback. Now, is that my goal? No, that's my end result. Trey Hendrickson, I would be on the phone with him getting this fucking deal done, because now it's a home run what you've done. Hendrickson is like, that's the cherry or the foundation of what it is you need on your defense.
If you do Trey Hendrickson, does that take you? I know we talked about you can always have cap, but does that kind of take them out of the Bryant?
The who?
Bryant.
Byard.
Yeah,
Byard. Right. No, you still can get
both.
That sound, whatever you just did, that sound just came back, Steve.
He's got the goldfish.
Better here.
Is it like a fan going or something?
Is it a fan?
No, it's nothing. It's nothing in here.
It sounds like a woodpecker going. Yeah, I don't know.
Shane destroyed my Myles Garrett surprise trade when you count the dead cap and all of the money that.
Yeah, it's not even feasible for Cleveland.
He's stuck in Cleveland for his life unless they cut him.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Now, Chubb is in my list. Yes, he's another guy. I believe he's better than people think, and he'd be great opposite Montez Sweat. Like, you got to get this done. You got to get a fucking veteran pass rusher. Stop with the Dominique Robinson bullshit. Or some other schlep pass rusher they're going to sign.
So the way that, just to go off pass rushers just for a second, Tremaine Edmonds signed his deal in New York.
It went
with the
off,
Giants.
Steve, whatever you did.
What's that?
Whatever Steve did, it went off.
Worked. Yeah, it's not doing it now. So what Tremaine Edmonds was making here, so it was 15 mil you saved. The Bears now have Devin Bush and DeMarco Jackson under contract for a little over $2 million less than what Tremaine Edmonds would be costing them just for him.
Is that a win? Yeah. Are you better, Sylvie? Yeah. Stop selling fans this line of bullshit. Like, I'm not the biggest Bryant Pohl supporter, but you did him dirty saying you don't know. And Waddle saying Devin and fucking Tremaine Edmonds is a push is pathetic, to be honest. It's not even.
Yeah, and
what he did in Cleveland this year was outstanding, man. I'm just
I hear you. And I see everybody in the chat, a lot of people talking about Simmons from the Titans. Listen, they're not in the game of trading Jeffrey Simmons at this point with their new head coach. There was the talk out there that the Bears put in a call to Tennessee to see if he was potentially available via trade. And the word was that Tennessee laughed on the phone and hung up. True story.
That would be me and you laughing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd love Jeffrey Simmons if they, sign me up today. But, yeah, it's not happening.
I mean, the proof is in the pudding with Hendrickson. I'm right there. I had Chubb over some of the other pass rushers that signed, like Awe. And who was the other one that signed for the big? Oh, Phillips. I had Chubb over Phillips. So you still have those guys. Some of the other, Joey Bosa, Denico Autry, Leonard Floyd, Yater Gross-Matos, the former Penn State first, or was he second rounder for the Niners? He's out there. Shane's boy, Michael Dana.
How do you feel about Dominique Robinson becoming a Houston Texan for 1 year, $4 million?
Good for him. Learning under two of the best in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I look at the list. You traded a seventh for Joe Tryon?
Shoyinka. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Can you get better? I think Davian Clowney is a better choice than Joe.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, no doubt about it.
You need to get someone opposite that's going to do what needs to be done. Stop looking for the Khalid Kareem from Atlanta. Oh, he had 2 sacks and was showing some potential. You got to get the guy that can do it.
I see
they haven't done it. They have not.
The Commodore, the person that's commented, Bradley Chubb. I forgot about him. What do you guys feel about Bradley Chubb?
I would have no.
I was just.
I would have no problem with Bradley.
Oh, you mentioned him. Okay.
Yeah.
I have him over Phillips.
Yeah.
Who signed for 130 million, 120 million.
120.
What kind of deal would Bradley Chubb come at, you would think? What will you estimate?
Well, he's going to be asking for more because he knows he's a better fucking
He's still
player.
fairly young, isn't he?
Yeah.
Well,
he's not 20, 28, 29. Yeah.
Okay.
Right in that range.
Chubb would be a home run signing. There's 2 home run signings at edge, him and Hendrickson, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But you got to get someone in there.
Yeah.
Or make a trade. Maybe they're making a trade. Wasn't Brad Biggs floating that out there? Angry Brad? Floating a trade out there?
Yeah, potentially. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know, man. Today is such a crazy
day.
Right.
And we're how many hours in? So these don't even become official until Wednesday.
Wednesday, correct.
So all the panic and stuff like that, I've been impressed with what the Bears have done. I think you're going to get a deal done with Byard. What do you think, Shane?
I feel the same way, Phil. I think they're just kind of letting him go to the market. Obviously, they probably had a disagreement over what they were offering and maybe his financial expectations. So what's true in most, I don't want to say most, but in a lot of NFL contracts, especially when you're talking about a veteran that's been around as long as Kevin Byard has, you don't want to disrespect him. So you're like, oh yeah, go test the market. Go see what you can get, and whatever deal you get, bring it back to us.
There's two teams or three, the Raiders, the Falcons, and the Patriots that I worry about with Byard. Those are the teams I would worry about with Byard. You know, right. Ian knows how much that guy means to your football team. You know, Coach Vrabel knows. And sure. I believe Tom Brady and company know how important this guy is to a locker room and his play.
Raiders are doing some spending.
They had $111 million to spend.
Right. Yeah.
So good on them.
They went up.
With his signing, is that giving a tell that Tyson Bagent may be something in the works?
I don't know where he's going to go at this point because
Minshew only signed for $5 million himself.
Oh, right. Well, yeah, but they also have Jacoby Brissett, who they said that they wanted to keep, in as their starter. Atlanta went out and signed Tua Tagovailoa that just opens up a whole bunch of question marks for me about Ian Cunningham and the signings that Atlanta has brought in. Makes me question that in a big, big way. They went out and signed Olamide Zaccheaus and I'm blanking on his name, the wide receiver from Philly, Jahan Dotson.
That's right.
They're essentially the same player, but I don't know where if you're trading Tyson, I think you're trading him to a place where he can potentially be the starter, depending on because the word is the Bears wanted 2. A team had offered him a 4, but they would settle for a 3. Now, if that's the truth, we'll see. But at this point, where is the opening slot for Tyson Bagent? It's
if you
kind of murky
competition out in Arizona.
Yeah, I think you wouldn't just hand it to Jacoby Brissett like that.
Yeah.
Even though they like him, you would not lean in totally. And where are they drafted at? Well, regardless, there's not much in the first round as far as quarterbacks go anyway, and that's why.
Yeah, the big one, Robert Nash is right. Is Ciro too. The Jets, there could be, a play there. So we'll see. But listen, that's the thing. We're 1 day into this, and by no stretch of the imagination are things over. Tomorrow there's going to be more big signings, other big moves, or potential trades. We'll see how that goes. But there's still a long way to go.
Yeah. Out of all the DNs that have been signed, looking at Spot Rack now, Kwity Paye, Shane.
He signed.
Went to the Raiders.
Yeah, that's Mrs. Bullett's favorite team. So
there
I have an autographed.
Should we send these cards back?
Kwity Paye. I already texted Bullets and said I'm going to send mine back.
Send it back to his wife. I got my Kwity Paye card right here.
Right.
Joseph Asai went to the Jets. Arden Key, who we could have just picked up. He now is a Colt for 2 years, $20 million.
Right.
Malcolm Kuntz stays with Vegas on a 1 year, $11 million. So look at these numbers: 11, $48 million, $100 million, $120 million. Boye Mafe got $60 million. $20 million per 20 million. Is that guaranteed? No, he's got zero guaranteed money on that 60 million. That's crazy. Draymond Jones, Dominique Robinson, Cam Thomas, and Dennis Gardick from the Jags re-signed with the Jags. Those are all the edge players that are off the board with Phillips and Awe. The Bears, I bring those up because the Bears have neglected the edge position each and every season. Then we make a trade every now and then. I think they will sign a receiver later before at some point they'll sign a veteran receiver.
Yeah, and I'm not going to be I can see them going in the draft too, because listen, it's no secret that Ben loves speed. You know, you get down into the draft a little bit, and obviously we're hoping that we would have had an extra third-round pick, which is complete bullshit. The NFL has, seemingly ruled that it will not be happening for Ian Cunningham, which is ridiculous, and at this point it's just nauseating to even talk about. But I wouldn't be shocked to see the Bears be in play potentially for a wide receiver with some home run speed, like a Ted Hurst in the draft. And that's going to be a interesting name for us to potentially break down as we move forward here in the draft. But yeah, like Sean said, there's only 3 on the roster right now. And I think that they're, definitely in play. And it's all going to be dependent upon who Ben wants and what he wants.
The whole thing with the NFL, I just got to get my 2 cents in here. It's just pathetic. It's embarrassing. It's pathetic. I wish there was some way it could get in front of an arbitrator or something, or we could get some validity from fucking Kevin Warren and hold the commissioner and the standard to the actual standard that it was intended. And I'm not obviously a black man. Steve can fucking talk on this, but I think it's such an embarrassment and a hypocritical stance where you create these Rooney rules and these rules to reward somebody furthering their career and putting African-American people in positions to better themselves. And that's the whole premise. And you completely derail it in a manner, in a loophole of verbiage by the owner of the Home fucking Depot. Because of the way he articulated the job description, you then go and make a decision when you alleviate common sense. It's fucking pathetic. It infuriates me because it goes against the whole fucking premise of it. When Matt Ryan comes out here and says, I'm not running the draft room, he's making, I don't know anything about. Exactly. What are we doing here? I thought it would be an easy fucking looking at this by the NFL, and still they fucking fumble it. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, it is. And it's unfortunately not going to change. Like I said, it's nauseating to me to even talk about it, because you can talk about it until you're blue in the face, and it's like, it's like complaining about the weather. It's can't change it by complaining about it. I mean, it's not going to prevent us from talking about it. It's bullshit.
Well, I think it will.
I wasn't holding my breath that they were going to give us those comp picks. I just knew it. They were set on their rules and the verbiage and the Rooney rule, when they first came out with it, sounded great, but it has definitely just been did not live up to the standards that it was intended for, especially when you talk about the lack of African Americans in front office positions, and you have a guy who's assistant general manager, waited his time, got his opportunity, is the general manager there, and you don't give the comp picks that is in the not the contract, but what do you call it?
Premise of the fucking
the policy or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so I just wasn't holding my breath, and when they started saying there's no kind of litigation, I was just like, we're not getting it. It would have been nice, obviously, because we all knew if Ian Cunningham got his opportunity.
Let me ask you this, as a professional yourself, last time, assistant GM to general manager, is that not a promotion?
Oh yeah, but it's
no. I don't care, Shane.
No. You're right.
It's that simple,
right?
That these fucking cowards in the NFL can't fix this. Are you fucking ridiculous here?
Something tells me that if it was the Green Bay Packers or the Dallas Cowboys or the Philadelphia Eagles, that they'd be getting the 3rd round picks, and I don't think that's
you know what that's
off base by saying
it's on Kevin and George to fucking stand out in front and say, I don't like this one bit. Not Ryan Poles. I thought Ryan Poles handled himself very well at the combine addressing this. But now, George, you're so fucking fired up about everything else, swearing on fucking Hard Knocks. How about take a hard knock approach to the bullshit that Roger Goodell and whatever at Manhattan on Broadway has decided in this regard, because your fucking team is getting screwed over. Stand out in front of the podium and tell everybody in the world that you're not happy and see if it fucking changes, because Shane is not wrong. Somehow the Green Bay Packers and their shitty ass fucking piss yellow and green uniforms would get the picks.
Well, if this was Jerry Jones and they were in that situation, even though they wouldn't, their family runs, but let's say an owner of that clout, that were to happen to them, they would get their picks. They would be standing on business to get their picks. So, so it's a little bit of that, where it's just it's the good old boy system, the good old boy hierarchy. And it might be looking at the Bears. You haven't any sort of, what I mean? I just until we start, standing on business as an organization, getting back to that Super Bowl, winning, they get this thing stadium done somehow, some way. To put yourself on that hierarchy, to stand on business for things like this. You don't get it often, but in this situation, you got bullied and and put in your place.
Yeah. So we do have some Bears news trickling in here, and it may not be the news that some people want to hear. So this is from Brad Biggs. Not surprisingly, the Bears are busy on defense, with the biggest deal being for safety Kobe Bryant, who had 4 picks last season for the Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks. He agreed to terms on a $40 million 3-year contract with $25.75 million guaranteed, which effectively makes him the replacement for all-pro safety Kevin Byard. The team spoke openly about prioritizing Byard, who turns 33 in August, but shifted and made Bryant their number 1 target when a second contract could not be worked out.
Well, I don't always agree with Brad Biggs. I don't know. He is very locked in, but I don't know if all of what he's saying is true. Honestly. Because I think you go and turn another direction doesn't mean there's no return. This isn't, he's now the replacement at free safety, and Kevin, I'm sorry, you cannot. No, this dude could play strong safety in this defensive philosophy because it's the whole approach is to not give away coverages. And you talk about two guys that could do it. If Bryant is a way better tackler than Brisker. Brisker might be more physical. We can maybe have an argument there. And it's very small.
But I mean, at the same time, would I be shocked if they earmark a safety to go with Bryant in the draft? I wouldn't be shocked.
No.
My thing is the coverage. What's the coverage? Brisker's coverage was lacking. I think Bryant is exactly what we want, where you have a mix of a box safety, but can also cover at the same time. Brisker was not that. He wasn't that hybrid mix where you could drop him in and he can make a sure tackle. After that concussion, he was a different player. So and his coverage was still lacking even then.
No,
but
even before he
exactly. But what I'm saying is that I feel like where Brisker was lacking, Kobe Bryant is exactly where we want in the safety.
100%, but it goes back to the question: is Bryant able to do what Brisker does? Like, I think there's a lot of coloring in the between lines here by Biggs. I'm not saying he's 100% wrong. I'm thinking Bryant would have been in play if Byard was signed. That's how I think. He's painting the different picture.
So this is wildly off topic, but I got to bring this up anyway because this is bouncing around out there. Do you guys know who this is?
No. That looks like
that
dude from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, the actor.
That is
wait.
Ohio high school basketball official Curtis Enos.
Come on.
Dude, I knew the face. I knew the face. No shit.
Steve's favorite former teammate.
Curtis is
I didn't play with Curtis Enos.
No.
I wasn't that old.
That was before Steve. Yep. That's bouncing around on Twitter, and it is verified. That is him.
Curtis Enos.
He's refereeing a girls' high school playoff basketball game.
He lost some weight from the last time I seen him at alumni.
He's still got some arms on him, though. I'll tell you that.
He's down, Steve.
Pounds for sure. I mean, I saw him like maybe a year, not even a year, maybe.
Yeah. That's funny.
I love DT. Can we discuss Shamar Turner, guys?
What's there to discuss? He's in rehab.
He's in rehab.
Yeah.
There's high hopes for him. He is a piece that you thought should be as a second-round pick starting out there. And I loved what he put on tape and his aggressiveness. But right now, him and TJ Edwards and Sewell, all of them are afterthoughts because their health has to be improved. That's why I laughed. I'm listening to Hogue and John, and they're like, well, when TJ Edwards, what? Do you not understand that DeMarco Jackson's going to be your Mike linebacker? Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? He's going to wear the green dot, and that's your guy. Like, last time I checked,
TJ Edwards isn't coming back anytime soon.
Exactly.
Even when he does, it'll take some time,
It's like saying, no, let's pass on all the left tackles. Ozzie will be back next year at some point. Hey, come on, guys.
Well, I actually wanted to ask you that since I'm looking at an efficient pursuit in free agency so far. Efficient as far as you didn't give up draft capital, went out, guns blazing, even though there's rumors about that trade the trade that didn't happen with the Raiders.
That comes with Rich Eisen.
Right.
Shane and Cars pointed out he might have gotten duped by that guy.
Right. So, but they're still swirling and people eat it up. But the point being is I feel like at this point it's efficient. Do they at 25, if they have an offer, try to move, maybe get extra picks, stay in that from 25, let's say 10 picks, let's say from 25 into that second round, that top of the second round, and accumulate some more picks? Do you think that's the plan, to go ahead and while you're trying to be efficient with your draft, with your capital salary wise, you try to add more depth and talent in the draft at the same time, seeing as that you still have issues at certain spots and you need to add depth and a starter?
I'm so confused at your question.
Do you think they'd trade back?
There you go. I think they're going to select that 25. Right now, they started free agency right down the middle, the D tackle, the two backers. I love those two.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's as easy as what Sean Stewart just said. It's all dependent on who's available. Look,
I'm saying if they don't take Byard back right now you're looking at left tackle, safety, and edge in the draft. Who becomes available, to Sean's point, now makes the decision easy for you. It always starts with pass rush. We have failed, not us, but Ryan Poles, to address this shit. You continue to try to swing at high-end ceiling players, not guys that are productive players at that position.
Right, but if you stay within that 10 spot range and you stay at the top, those top of the draft guys, we got Luther Burden in that area last year, and Luther was a number one talent, a first round talent, no doubt. But for me, I'm trying to see how they're going to accumulate enough, talent to put on the roster, add depth,
you have two second round picks. You got the 25th pick, and you still have all of free agency still. We're only 8 hours into it, whatever it is at this point, right? I can't wait to break down fucking Bradbury and piss all over some of these guys that think that Bradbury's some scrub or something. I just can't wait.
Oh, I don't know anybody that's called him a scrub.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
They're in the chat doing it to open the show. Just scroll up.
Perfect.
It's going to be hilarious.
No, Ben. Sorry.
That and some of the players in this draft, center becomes a later pick. The priority now, left tackle, edge, and safety. We've already broken down Cassius Howell. Ivan has done a tremendous job cutting tape, Ivan. I want to let you know that.
Appreciate
in person. I've been shouting you out on the show, but
Namde Tucker's next. I'm actually cutting him now.
Oh, that's my sleeper guy.
Oh yeah.
I told Chris Harrell we gotta get the tape on Big Steve's alma mater. Malachi Lawrence, thank you. Because that kid is son too. So anyway, but that's for another time. Tonight, free agency. I know it fits in the draft, but how you fill needs in free agency affects the draft. I don't care what Ryan Poles tries to sell you or any GM. You're going to take the first player available at a position of need at that time. So say you need a left tackle, a safety, a wide receiver, a running back, right? And here you are at the 25th pick. And then there's 2 edge rushers and Caden Proctor there, right?
Right.
Now you got to have a fucking conversation with the room. Can we trade down and still get one of these 2 rushers that we love? Or do we take the left tackle? You have to make that conversation known. And that's where you make the big bucks. I know what I'd do. But are they going to do it? With getting those 2, getting the second round pick, which is another thing that started pissing me off today. It really is a 3rd round pick, Waddle. It's really a 3rd round pick, because we gave him the 5th.
That's the dumbest. Yeah,
what
that's the dumbest shit ever.
What are we doing in this world today?
Right. Guess what?
Subtracting from the pick, like what?
In the second fucking round.
Five minus 2. 5 minus 2 is 3. That's what it makes sense, right? Like that's not the logic.
God. It's such the world of fucking numbers and fantasy bullshit. That's why you fucking lose with people like that. You know what? It's really the third round that we got. I mean, shut the fuck up. Fucking drives me insane. You got a second round pick. That's when you're picking. What are you selling negative shit for? Nobody and their brother. I'll go back to this. Shane and I were praying on our knees for a 4th round pick.
For DJ.
Round for DJ.
Yeah, and listen, I was hoping for a 4, but kind of had accepted the fact that it was probably going to be a 5.
Exactly. Don't you dare try to fucking do this shit.
Yes, Caleb did.
Third. Get the fuck out of here.
Caleb quote tweeted that, just the
what did he do?
Emoji, that it's
ridiculous.
Yeah, he wasn't happy. Don't blame him.
I don't blame him either. It's disgusting. Then I'll get on a rant about that. Last time I checked, Ivan, you did great math there. We don't even need cars to do this. The pick is a 2nd round pick. It's a 2nd round pick. Oh my God. And then I wonder why a lot of fans are fucking completely illiterate when it comes to this shit. It's because of that. It's fucking drive me off a fucking road. Seriously. It's pathetic on so many levels. Ryan Poles deserves credit there. Who would have thought Phil in March is fighting for fucking Ryan Poles? Now I need George McCaskey to go to the podium this week. I just want to address everybody and the fan base. We will fight the NFL's decision. We do not think it's right. We are so proud of Ian Cunningham and the work that he has done to build himself up here under the tutelage of Ryan Poles in the Chicago Bears, working hand in hand to get to this promotion, only to be completely disappointed in what the NFL has done. And address it and put them on fucking Front Street, George. Don't be Jerry Jones, these owners would do the same shit. Have some fucking cojones. I gave you the whole script to do this. It's not hard. Take a book from Al Davis. Motherfucker sued the NFL and won. Sued them. They're not the end all be all.
Can we sue for draft picks? That would be wild.
You can sue for negligence in their job. Where's an attorney? Somebody in the chat, I'm sure, is an attorney. There's a
Howard Aiken.
Howard Aiken.
This is the thing, Hendricks. They don't come from the picks. Don't come from Atlanta.
This is what we've talked about a million times.
They're added to the end of the 3rd round via the NFL as extra picks. It's like all the comp picks. There's 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th.
Sue everybody. He reminded me of this. That's why I was laughing. I don't know. Sue you. Sue everybody. God damn it.
Well, if that's the truth, then Karma's dumber than I thought.
Carm honestly knocked it out. I think on keeping it 100, we have to have a rank the radio shows and rank the hosts because they are so fucking bad. I don't know how you do it in Chicago, Steve. Oh my God.
You got to flip back and forth.
Flip back and forth. Mary Lou Retton can't get out.
What I mean, I'll tell you, I mostly, when you guys do y'all show on Wednesday, y'all, from the time I get up Thursday morning, I listen to you guys as I get ready. And it's just enough time to get me all the way to work, and then maybe I'll have a little left over for Friday morning. So, y'all, you guys make up a lot of my time because it's hard to listen to. It's tough, man.
Yeah, it is. To me, today was like a fucking war zone of stupid football take. It was like put every beat reporter in a room and have them break down Nevin Gallimore. They don't know nothing. Zero.
Well, that's what I said when the news broke. I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know everything about this guy because I don't. There's nothing wrong with telling the truth about that. Yeah,
tell the truth. They're going to fucking Google and trying to find out. But understand, and Cars, I thought, did a great job giving a comp in the system. You're looking at Neville, and you're seeing a Sheldon Rankins type that is going to be that 3-tech, that off-shaded defensive lineman that's job is to penetrate into the fucking backfield. You didn't have that. Grady Jarrett, as Shane has pointed out many times, was signed for his leadership, and you were hoping, again, that you were going to get a consistent football player, and he unfortunately got hurt, showed some stuff on the season. He's not a pathetic bag of shit, but he's just continuously banged up. He's a warrior trying to give his best. He needs to get healthy. But you didn't have that. You had fucking Javon Dexter fucking stuck in neutral. He can't get out of his stance. Chris Williams was your best D tackle, basically. And he didn't even fucking start or dress on some days. So it's like, I don't know what they were doing with the defensive line. Might as well sign fucking Latron Favor again. Our guy, M2 on 2, $2. Does this indicate the Bears are drafting an edge? Well, it's only 8 hours in. There are a few edges that I like left. One of them is the best edge in free agency, and it's Trey Hendrickson. So, could he be there still? I know a lot of people, we haven't even heard that there's any relationship. Did anyone know there was a relationship with Jalen Phillips and the Carolina Panthers? No. So, edge is a huge priority. I will definitely say this, my man. They will definitely draft an edge. I don't know if it's going to be at 25, but it's definitely in the first 3 picks. And if they don't, we will fucking go riot. Because you just can't make up the history of the Chicago Bears and drafting defensive ends. Shane has all the stats, and it's fucking insanity. It can have its own fucking documentary on Netflix. It really can. Let's talk about it, 45-33. See, we just get these numbers. I thought people were just selecting these numbers to put. YouTube is giving us these numbers. They gave me 2 shitty numbers. Love the Bryant and Bush signings. NFL robbed us with the comp picks. Complete bullshit. Seems like the Bears are positioned to pick the best player available in the draft. How much cap space do we have left? Well, plenty of cap space left. Apparently it's 16 million by the standards of what the season hasn't even started. So they can go to 5-6 players and free up another 60 million before Wednesday. They haven't even done that. If they go out and sign Taylor Decker tonight and Trey Hendrickson tonight or tomorrow, then you're going to see them free up cap space by extending Cole Kmet, maybe Montez Sweat, Jalen Johnson. You can go into these contracts and mess around with the guarantees and all that shit. And I'm not a cap guy. But I told you, and Big Steve was talking earlier about their seminar. I've talked to many.
That was me. Sorry about that.
Went up high. Many a coach. They all talk. You can manipulate the cap. You just have to be smart about it. James Hunter, $10. Thank you, James. Signings look good to great. Our edge is coming from the draft.
We do have a comment from Steve, who can't get his video. He just wanted to say this.
Big Steve with the Woody Woodpecker. Gary Catechem. He's got two good numbers, 90 and 59. $10. Are we drafting a starting left tackle or going to free agency? And what about center? I'm tired of the O-line merry-go-round. The only real homegrown piece we have for the future is Darnell Wright. Well, I can't argue with the homegrown, but I like Garrett Bradbury more than people have talked about, and I'll show why. On tape, where it matters. Not in
listen, nobody loved Tyler Linderbaum more than I did. But the fact that he got $9 million more per year than Creed Humphrey, it's insanity. It's crazy.
And that's the crazy thing about fucking free agency. They do that shit all the time. It's always going to the cost.
Originally, people were talking about, with the way the market was, that they're like, oh, he could hit 25. And I'm like, there's no fucking way. And he blew right past that and went to 27.
27 million.
I'll tell you what, Phil, I'm seeing what you're seeing with this Nande Tucker kid.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Ivan live cutting.
Oh, I've always do it.
Monday night. I love it. He's a fucking baller, bro. These are the dogs that you got to get. And if it means you have to take him around early, then what Todd fucking McShay says, then you fucking do it. Stop surprising the world with a shit fucking special teams linebacker. Hire Shane and Phil. Fucking would be in the NFL Super Bowl 2 years in a row.
I'll take the job.
It's fucking pathetic what you do with edge. They've drafted more punters than edge rushers.
You can find me a nice cool room to cut tape in, Hallis Hall.
Oh, we get hired, Ivan. I'll walk you down to Larry Mayer's office.
Larry, this is your new boss.
Exactly. No, Larry's done.
Lunch with Larry. It's about 10 blocks down. See ya.
Lunch with Larry's gone. You expect an extension for Darnell Wright? That honestly is on the table 100%.
I think you cost yourself more by not doing it now.
He's clearly proven what his talent is and that he's a fit. The maturity level of this football player needed to happen. There was no question the talent, the footwork, the power. Fucking even had the warrior gene, playing hurt, not trying to give up. Like, he's a sellout for his team. I like sellouts for their team. I don't like sellouts. There's two different types. He does that. He'll play hurt, go all out for his football team. It matters to him, and Rashard loves him. This is a guy you completely get to now versus later, and you follow the same letter of the law. Shane, what was it? There's no players under contract in 2027 or 28?
29.
29, there's no players under contract. 2028, there's like 6.
So yeah,
but even for 2027, where the Bears are going to run into a fucking buzzsaw is that Caleb Williams, Rome Odunze, and Luther Burden are all going to be paid right around, right at the same time. Because Luther, you don't have the 5th-year option on. You have it with Rome and with Caleb, but if they're good enough that you're keeping them beyond the 5th-year option, you don't ever want them playing on that 5th-year option. That's when you want to extend them. So Caleb is going to be extension eligible after next season is over. And that's, just like with Rome. And so that's the thing. But I think Ken, let me put that one that Ken.
Sorry, I clicked off of it by now.
Yeah. He was just wondering about, do we think that Trey Hendrickson's failing physicals? Yeah, here it is right here. I just got here. Sorry if this was already mentioned. Is Hendrickson failing physicals maybe? Well, he wouldn't be in anywhere for physicals. You can't go, in anywhere. You can have meetings. I mean, if they're exchanging medical information, I would doubt. I just think that he's an older guy in terms of NFL years. And if he wants to be paid at the top of the market, some people happen to think that age isn't a factor in free agency. Well, I'm here to tell you that it 100% is every single time. It's a factor. It's just the stone cold truth.
There's several different ways that people stand on a seesaw of free agency in football. There's the blog boys that look at numbers and salary and contracts and align it with age and try to hit. But when those players with age don't have production, now you're paying for potential and you lose with potential. You don't win with it. So there's the balancing act. Now you have to go into the tape and look at the production, look at the player's effort all the time. A guy like Hendrickson has a high motor. He's done it consistently. So the money can fit the investment. And this is the problem in this world and these people. Everybody's a fucking expert. No one's watching tape and cutting it. I shouldn't say no one, but most people aren't. They're going to tell you that, right now. Oh, I watch it. Do you? I'm at the fucking gym tonight talking to 2 Packer fans. I'm getting dressed in the locker room. They see this Bears hoodie come out. Jordan Love is better than Caleb Williams. I embarrass these two in front of all these people with just straight up facts that they can't fight back because they don't watch tape. They don't know shit. So the reality is you got to have an understanding when you're coming to them. Linderbaum, best center in football, he's going to set the market. So where we thought he was going to be, the competition to get him is going to drive his price until someone pays him, which guess who had the most money to spend? Tom Brady's fucking Vegas Raiders. And they paid him handsomely.
Hey guys, I got to bounce. I'm going to let you guys wrap up the show.
All right.
So, sorry, I got to bounce out kind of early. I got some stuff going on upstairs. Got to go handle.
Madden's under contract, right?
I believe so. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, all right, boys.
All right.
Talk to you later.
Take care of business. Now, did we lose Big Steve too?
Yeah.
Everybody's bouncing. Well, Darnell Wright has proven an extension is warranted, and you get this kind of talent in your football team as you're moving forward to align him with Caleb Williams. Okay, the center position right now with Bradbury is a veteran coming in I have him better than Dahlman. I think Dahlman has an edge athletically, like twitchiness. But other than that, watching the tape, snaps, there's no errant snaps. I honestly can't even count how many errant snaps that Caleb Williams is catching with one hand and, again, not appreciated for some of the things that he was able to do, even in the playoffs, the snap over his head, where he goes all the way back to the 6-yard line and is looking around. And he's just throwing it downfield to an open area. But if he didn't know where the rush was, but we all watching TV, if he just stood there and fucking ripped it to Burden's gone.
Oh,
but
yeah.
that's, you're going back, picking up a ball off the ground. So you don't have that to worry about with this guy. And he's consistent. So his cohesiveness is going to fit. And he already has a relationship with Joe Thuney. He's already going to come into the room as a veteran that has done this and is going to be able to absorb the playbook and understand what it is that Ben Johnson and Rashard and the crew want to do. And Caleb Williams is going to open his arms to him because of what he brings to the table. Those are all checks in the boxes. And you did it for a 5th-round pick in 2027. Smart move. So another applause to Poles and Jeff King for getting that center, which you were going into the season thinking Dahlman's the guy. So you had to fucking reboot and go in a different direction. That is a home run to me, what they did.
The way they handled it has been great. I feel they addressed it immediately. Did they get – is he a stopgap? Yes, but the guy just went to a Super Bowl with another young quarterback who's doing very well. I feel like Bradbury is going to be just fine in this offense. He'll be fine. I think any worry about it is because you don't know. It's the unknown.
And what you need to do, because you don't know, is you have to admit that to yourself. What you watch on television isn't the end-all, be-all. It's got to be watched on the coach's tape. And I am very confident in myself that I'm a very good teacher of the game of football and a very good coach of it. So when I see it, I know what they're doing and I know what is going to happen, and I'll show you it. And there's no cherry picking when it comes to it. It's just the good and the bad to give a perspective on what these players, whether they're coming out in the draft, as Ivan's cutting my guy's tape right now from Western Michigan, or is it the NFL guy, the free agent signing? Like, we're going to take a look at Bradbury. Just become a patron, thetapeneverlies.com, and you're going to be introduced to a whole different world. You got the chat room, which is daily gossip, debates, and updates from around the NFL. And then you have Draft Mob, the DDP's film room, all of it going down in there to give you the most up-to-date and informative NFL and Chicago Bears breakdowns on the planet. Now, Tony, I don't agree. I appreciate your $4.99, but I pay 2 safeties because it's not going to hurt me in my contracts. $8 million, or what is Byard looking to get? If he's looking for $15 million a year, then yeah, I'm not going to pay that. But if we're looking at $8-9 million and we're pushing these cap numbers later, then you're going to pay for his leadership and his quality play. He was arguably the best safety in the NFL last year. You bring him back as a known commodity with someone like who we signed today. Why did I just draw Kobe Bryant? Why? Old man brain here. You bring him in there, that's going to help your pass rush while you look for it. I hope they go out and sign a pass, Chubb or Hendrickson tonight, and they get that answered. But I'm still signing Byard with so many things that are worth so much more than your cap thought here and your pass rusher. So you might not see it, and that's fine, but I see it 100%. You don't turn down that kind of football player. What is this one?
I got it.
James Hunter, 65-26, $2. No more Prags till they fire Carm. Well, they're not going to fire Carm, and I don't want to see anyone get fired. I actually think Carm is funny. He's just not a very good analyst of football. He's an opinion gatherer, a contrarian. He's the new, funny, more handsome Mike North. How about that? That's Carm's role. And I'll never turn away my boy Greg Braggs. He can always come on the show. So I appreciate the super chat, but Braggs is a great dude, even though he doesn't love me and Shane enough. And he hates on Ivan too much.
Yeah, that's all right.
Fuck Bullets, but I'm kidding. Bullets is so mad, right? Oh, bear down. Omaha. What's the urgency on wide receiver? Think they got to snag one? I don't think there's an urgency. Yeah, I do believe they're going to sign a wide receiver. I just don't think you go out there and spend money. I could not believe what the Minnesota Vikings kid got.
Oh, I didn't see it. What was it?
It was like 3 years. Hold on. I got to pull it up for you. 3 years. I want to say Jalen Naylor. 3 years, $35 million for Jalen Naylor.
Oh, Naylor. I thought they were trying to re-sign Jefferson or something. No, Naylor. Jesus, Naylor. For Naylor?
Naylor. Vegas. But Alec Pierce, you talk about fucking winning the Powerball.
Man.
4 years, $114 million.
And you know he's the guy now because Pittman's now.
They traded him.
Yeah, he got traded. Yep, Pittsburgh. He went to Pittsburgh.
And I know fucking my boy Pat McAfee was fired up. That's why I respect McAfee, because he admits he's a Colts fan. He reacts authentically. He can talk about everybody in the NFL and all the sports, but also analyze this stuff at the same time without having to worry. That is how it should be. That's how all of these guys should be. Do your job. Christ, I got a day job. Imagine if I just did this all day. We had a show every day.
Oh, trust me. I dream.
Christ. Nerves HD. I never thought Dahlman was playing amazingly last year, but he was a big step over the shit we trotted out before him. Even with the errant snaps, here's hoping the new guy will be consistent. I promise you this. Consistent is going to be a key adjective used on Bradbury. And guess what an offensive line coach loves? I wish Steve was still here. Consistency. So Nerves HD, you hit it out of the park with your comment, which I just happened to pick out of nowhere. Brandon, let me try it. He's got a good-looking AVI here. Brandon Batato.
Oh, yeah. He's Italian. He's Italian.
Hey.
He got the vowel. The vowel at the end. Yeah, 100%.
Grandma's meatballs. So. You guys rock. Been watching since 2018 and have learned a ton from you both. Think we need to address corner. Thoughts? I believe corner will be in the makeup. Yes, 100%. I think a lot of people are sleeping on Tyreek Stevenson. I know people feel the vibe of him and his immaturity, but I think and I know it's repeated numerous times, but there's several, if you've ever been in a locker room, which Brandon, I'm guessing you have, and you know that the head coach, the defensive coordinator, and then your positional coach, there's a hierarchy in communication. The defensive coordinator and the head coach can speak to you a certain way, and then the position coach comes into you and keeps it 100 with you. Like, bro, get your fucking mind right, man, because I don't want to be hearing it from coach. And there's that relationship there. And I think Stevenson has some maturity to do, but I think he's the most talented corner on the team. Honestly, he's physical. He's got great ball instincts, got good hands. He's not afraid to tackle, where I don't see him make business decisions. I did check that. I did catch him once making a business decision and called him out on it. But once, I mean, Jalen Johnson does it once a fucking drive sometimes.
And I also remember Za Frazier's going to be with the team. He will be
Zah,
playing this year. So
Terrell Smith coming back as well.
I think drafting
safeties.
Yeah, I think drafting a corner is definitely in the cards. Maybe it might not be in the top 2 rounds, but they might be looking to draft corners later. Maybe striking gold. You know, they still have Al Harris as their secondaries coach, which I trust the hell out of him now, seeing as how well the secondary played, how we got Nashon Wright to play above what he was. So I think later rounds we look to grab a cornerback for sure.
I agree. Or I could see them signing a veteran here in leading up to the draft, not coming out of the woodwork here. I'd be surprised. I know Shane had it. The kid, let me go over here to corners because I forgot his name. Shane had talk about some serious interest with the corner that ended up getting a crazy contract with who did he get the contract with? There he is. He's the highest paid one. The 3-year, $60 million. Alante Taylor, who had a relationship with Dennis Allen. He ends up getting the biggest contract for a corner at 3 years, $60 million, $42 million guaranteed at signing, and $20 million average with the Tennessee Titans. So new head coach Robert Saleh really went out after him. And you saw, obviously, the trade for the Chiefs. The Chiefs also lost Jalen Watson, their other corner, to the Rams, the same team. So they went out there and did it.
Just when I think I'm gone, you suck me back in.
Oh, look at that. Matthew Parker, 5141. The 51's a good number. I hate the number 41. Just always have. $2. Has nothing to do with.
I was about to say that.
I can hear some asshole in the chat.
Phil hates Brian Piccolo.
No wonder why George doesn't like Phil.
Brian's song is the worst.
What are you from Boston?
Never watched Brian's song.
Matthew, I love the AVI here. What about AJ Epinesa? I love AJ Epinesa. However,
Hawkeye, right?
Iowa Hawkeye. And he's a consistent bully rusher. He's not the elite edge guy, but if they sign him, I'm not upset about it. He's an improvement. The whole goal is to improve. You have nothing. You have Montez Sweat, Booker, and who? You got the futures deal, guys.
You got a 23rd ranked pass rush.
So we got to get better. Epinesa comes in here and bullies dudes, plays with heart, desire. He has improved since he first came out. I wouldn't be upset about it, man, at all. Incinerator, $9.99. He only has one number after his name, Shane. One.
Nice.
Everyone else gets 2. He gets 1. And who would wear number 37?
Tony Parrish.
Tony Parrish is right. $9.99. The Bears are locked into the draft to build long-term on defense. Need to land on these picks. 1 and 2. D-line, 1 O-line, wide receiver. Well, I'm very confused at his numbering process here, Ivan, to begin with. D-line, 1 O-line, 1 wide receiver, linebacker. We have picks to spend and space next year. The future is bright. Bear down. Yeah, I can't argue with any of that. Matt's got a question. Matt Hadowski. Great Polish name.
Hadkowski. You're welcome, Matt.
You elect to kick after winning a toss in overtime in the playoffs. Yes. Because now that the playoffs have changed to
now you know what you need.
Will be possessed a football opportunity to win, then you certainly defer to see what you need, because you get the ball after stopping them, then you could drive down, kick a field goal, and win. That's why you do that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes. Good question. Truthful answer. Luke Newman right now is a guard and has potential to be a center, but you don't sign people based on potential.
Kyron's a guard now too, right?
I don't know.
Kyron? Yeah. He's a guard, right?
Is he 100% a guard?
You talking about Amagaji?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's on the bubble.
Oh, absolutely. But yeah.
Oh, we got some more here.
Brandon
back. Yes, Italian. It's Battiato. There you go. Pops is from
Southside Irish,
Chicago. Grandparents are immigrants from Italy and came to Chicago. Would love to sign Bayard for the locker room presence alone. This guy, $20. I thought it was $9. Thank you, Brandon. Shane, he's followed us. I didn't know if you missed his first comment.
I did not see it.
2018, he's been following us.
Wow.
Learning
Thanks,
a lot
man.
of football. Bear Down Omaha's quoting one Gregory Braggs.
It's not all on Mitch.
It's not all on Mitch.
Money Mitch got paid. He's a Titan.
Mitch. He's chasing Caleb Haney.
He's in Disney World on vacation with his son and pregnant wife, and inked a new 2-year deal to become the next Chase Daniel and cash in as a backup quarterback.
Who'd have thought Mitch had a more respectable career than Deshaun Watson? Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I would have picked Deshaun Watson. That would have been my pick. I am a meatball, and I played at the same high school as Alec Pierce and Glen Ellen, home of the Larisons.
Yes.
I've been in Glen Ellen, went to that high school.
You went to the high school?
Yeah, I went to that high school to watch them play. I saw their stadium is ranked in the country.
Larison Field. Phil was there.
I was there. It is a gorgeous field over there in Glen Ellen. Glen Ellen, Illinois. Nice breakfast spot downtown. Good coffee. A lot of Mercedes-Benz running around. Electric cars everywhere. Glen Ellen. Got some nice things going on in Glen Ellen. No Italian beefs, though, in Glen Ellen. Tell you, there's nothing there.
Piss off Ron G.
Oh, I know, Phil. There's none there.
So,
I thought you were coming to break some news, Shane.
No, I had to walk upstairs and lay down the fucking law, as dads like to say.
There's a new sheriff in town.
Yeah, you know when you get to a certain level with your voice, and all you do is you get the big eyes and the this shit's real.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite. It works. It works effectively. You don't have to go any further.
Yeah, when the 15-year-old and the 4-year-old both have the same reaction, you know that you're
Yes,
you're being
Steph
serious.
Actually gave me some fucking props for that the other night, which worked out really good, if you know what I mean. I need you to talk to these boys. They were giving her a hard time.
Did they sound like those love notes from World War II vet Robert Gove, Phil?
Maybe afterwards. But I went into that room.
Don't even know what I'm going to do to you when I fly home from Okinawa.
You got to save that for keeping it 100.
Yeah.
You should read one of them.
Oh, God, no. No. Definitely not doing that.
Dear Patty.
So, I'll tell everybody. We came across some letters that my grandfather, who was in World War II, wrote to my grandmother, and let's just say when he was almost ready to come home, they were They were a little spicy.
Little
spicy.
Shane opened up these letters like, oh my God, this is awesome. Honey, I want to take you behind the back tree.
Damn right.
Yeah. Sounded like Sean Stewart when he's talking to the ladies.
He's a ladies' man.
I framed that shit.
There was no texting back then.
No. Fuck.
You have to write pervy letters.
You couldn't even sext over
fucking texting back
then. You couldn't even sext over Telegram back then. God damn.
They were like,
barely had a typewriter. Shit.
The lady was like, wait, what do you want?
Instead of fucking Morse code. You're gonna
spread those legs. They're tapping it out. Gary was like, oh hell yeah, I used to type that shit out too. I could Morse code that shit. What was it, a telegram?
Yeah.
Carrier pigeon.
From the sweet World War II love files. Bob Gove. Take it away.
Bob Gove, right?
Yeah, this is free agency frenzy. This isn't keeping it 100, so people are trying to figure out what the fuck is going on.
What the fuck are these guys doing?
Let's wrap it up there.
Let's wrap it up. That's not what Mr. Gove said.
No.
Oh.
Can't imagine what you had to use to wrap it up back then. Jesus.
A sandwich bag.
Burlap sack.
They were digging in Egypt and they were finding dildos. Like, it's been around for a pretty long time.
Oh, there's this. I'm not ending the show. That's the wrong show, guys. That's the wrong show. But all right, we'll get out of here. We will see.
Well, just quick, a couple programming notes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Will you be live tomorrow? If anything breaks?
I am not sure yet. I got some things that I have to attend to because I am off. I will be here, but yeah, if there's
something big breaks, I'm sure
something big breaks. Like we trade Torrey Taylor for a bushel of draft picks. I'm going live.
If Tyson gets traded,
sure.
A certain left tackle or pass rush is signed, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's too bad we can't do the Mark Rebele anymore.
Can't do it.
But I got you. It's in my head right now. But yes, maybe tomorrow go live. If anything breaks, Shane, we'll go live Wednesday night, keeping it 100. Sign up, become a patron. It's been rolling on the bottom third of your screen all show. Get you signed up, locked in for the NFL draft and free agency coverage, which is not like anybody else's coverage. We're actually going to show you the tape, break it down live with coaches tape, not highlights. Let me tell you something. Every player in this draft has a dope-ass highlight film.
Mm-hmm.
Just breaking the news to you.
And can we say one thing?
Yes.
Devin Bush, don't take number 30. Please.
No, you're not feeling
or 0.
No, not at linebacker.
Who wears number 8 for the Bears?
Cairo Santos.
That's what I thought.
He was number 2, and that is free now.
So does Cairo go back to 2 and Kobe take 8, or do you think Kobe wants number 2?
You know what, Phil? We will soon find out.
That's true. It's too bad all these single-digit numbers are retired.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. 30 on a linebacker.
No, not digging it.
Not digging it either.
Not digging it. He was 55, and that's Dio, so.
We can cut Dio. I mean, we can make a deal with Dio. It'll be interesting to see. A lot of number 9 has been freed up.
Hopefully it's not a 60 number.
Yeah.
No, I can guarantee he's not. 60.
Anytime I see that shit, I'm like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 47.
He did wear number 10 at Michigan. That's right.
I doubt Luther's going to give it up.
Tate got his Luther Burden jersey finally in the mail. Sean, it came in the mail today. Happy young boy.
Nice. Got it before he retired.
Birthday present in January. It finally came in March. But hey, he got it. So he's all excited.
Dad couldn't pony up and get one off NFL Shop. You had to get one from Tokyo to Tokyo.com.
NFL Shop. I spend like $180 on a jersey, and then all of a sudden they're fucking traded.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do?
That's right. All right. Well,
Dev's jersey doesn't fit him. So,
Curtis Enos, any last words?
No. Wednesday we'll be back live to break all the news. Have a lot of fun. Have some surprise guests. Maybe Angelo comes in with a prediction.
My grandfather came in the mail, Drew. You're right.
He did.
Your mother licked the envelope to seal it. So
was it tough to unfold?
All good. All right, boys. Let's get out of here.
Tape breakdowns. Draft Mob will be back. Got you all covered here. We'll be breaking down defensive ends, edge rushers in the draft, as well as all of the free agents that we signed. Become a patron today. TheTapeNeverLies.com. Go ahead, Shane. Anything else? Bounce it.
Steve just had one more comment.